Hey guys, and welcome back to Parkitect. If this is your first time here, consider subscribing. If you like what you see, leave a like, and don't hesitate to leave a comment. I'm always curious to hear people's feedback and that kind of stuff. But today, in today's episode, I'm not only going to be showing you what's going on with our theme park, but also we're going to add in a few more rides. While I was away from this, or I didn't record, I decorated around some of these rides, and hopefully that'll draw people to them. I'm not sure if the rating has changed. Where is that? There's like a beauty rating or decoration. Okay, medium, great. So that's at least medium. And it's not just like, oh, well, there's absolutely nothing around it, which is great. Yeah, so that's good to know that those actually kind of have some decent decoration. Now, one of the things that that I thought about while away was, yes, this ride probably shouldn't be decorated with a whole ton of flowers and trees around it. But in order to make it more appealing to people, we want to have it decorated around here. But if you'll notice, there's a large amount of undecorated space underneath here. What I'm going to do with these two rides, the teacups and then Twister, what I'm going to end up doing with those is building a structure around them that actually shelters them. It'll be open air, so we'll still be able to see the ride. However, it'll provide a little bit of rain protection, so that when it does rain, we do have some rides that are covered, and they'll allow people to actually still ride them. Alright, I think that's it for right now. I mean, I just decorated around here. This is new. I put in some toilets because people were complaining about not having toilets to go to. I did a little bit of work with the swinging ship, because at the end of the last episode, we basically just had planted that down on the ground and nobody was riding it, nothing. We hadn't even put it in the lake. So I put it in the lake. I did a little bit of decoration with it. It could be better, but like I said, we do need decorations. And so, on that note, I have changed our research to decoration so that we can start building more themed areas around the rides and that kind of stuff. So this pirate ship, or this ship in general, it'll be more decorated and it'll be more filled in, and we'll be able to do a little bit more with what's going on. Are you a vandal? Yes, you are. You are a vandal, and I'm banning you. I'm banning you. Yeah, you just broke a bench, if I'm right. No, you didn't break a bench, but still, you are banned. You are banned. Like, I don't appreciate vandals being in my park. Alright, so we're going to place down some more rides, and once again, I'll probably do the decoration around them off camera, but I do want to explain, I am going to eventually bring a path around here, and we'll put some rides over here. But for right now, and that's probably where we're going to build our first coaster, or coasters, is over here. But I want to go over to here, and I'm going to put in a couple of rides that we got while I was off camera. They popped in shortly after I got done with decorating, as far as I got. And we've got Top Spin here, and we have Skyfall. With the swinging ship, I'm actually going to change the name. I kind of want to change the name to something. I want to call it the Swinging. Whoops, that's not spelled right. The Swinging Pirate. And I think that's a good name for that ride. I do want to actually name these rides some unique names. One thing I do want to look at, okay, they just want to go on something a little more intense than the swinging ship, which is fine. But we're making a decent profit, so we'll be okay to put in these rides. They're fairly cheap. I like putting in thrill rides first, just because of the fact that they tend to draw people in, and I want to be able to draw people out here. So this one, I'm actually probably going to put this, let's put it right there. And we're going to make this, we're going to make it that tall. What it'll do too is it'll give people a chance. They'll go up to the top and they'll be able to see the rest of the park. So they'll actually be able to look at all the rides that are around it. Which is the nice thing about these tall rides, is they do encourage people to actually see what's around. We'll put that there, and now we'll put the queue in. We're gonna go out like that. Yeah, we'll go out like this, and we'll come down to here, and then we just need a regular path to come to here. Now, I do want to put some trash cans at the end of this, or at the exit, because that is one thing, like, people will get off and they just lose their guts on it. Lord only knows why. It's not that nauseous of a ride, at least I think it is. But there we go with that, and now we can open this ride up. We're gonna jack the price up to $5, because I think people will be willing to pay that. I think it'll be a good ride to have over here. It'll draw people towards the swinging ship. But let's go and put the other ride that we have in. And we might do a little bit of decoration with this episode. We might just do a little bit. See if we can't figure out a way to make this look better. I don't know where I want to exactly place this. I guess let's put it right here. We're going to put the entrance right there. And the exit will be right there. Queue for this will run like this. I do like making my queues as long as I possibly can, especially with the coasters. Eventually what will end up happening is it'll be like this. And this is actually good for this ride. It's not too long. People aren't going to be standing in line for too long. Because if it's filled up, like, probably couldn't see that just there, but when people come down here, if the queue is almost all the way full, they won't actually, yeah, they'll just sit there and turn around. They won't even bother getting into the queue. So this is actually a long enough queue for this ride. However, there are a lot of people who do want to get back on that ride. Another thing that I just forgot to remember, man, I can't speak today. I forgot to say it last at the beginning of the episode, but I did actually add an ATM in as well. But let's get this exit in here, and let's also get this ride open so that we can start getting some money from it. All right. So now we've got those ones in. Oh wow, that's a cool way of doing that. I've never actually had this ride before when I played Parkitect. So that's kind of cool that it goes up on either side. So it's kind of like one side's up, and then all of a sudden you drop down. You know, you got the other side then that goes up and drops down. It's not both sides at once. So yeah, that's well, I'll be interested to see how popular this ride gets. At some point too, we will invest in some advertisement to try and draw more people into the park. Yeah, so that is that. So let's do some decoration, because these rides right now, if we were to click on them, would say that their decoration is very low. I don't know how to put I really don't understand how to get the decoration to high, but we'll work on that. I'm assuming what it is basically the whole ride has to be immersed, and it kind of has to have the same theme all around, and you got to have props around the ride and by the ride to make it like that. But these two rides really aren't like theme based. Our coasters will be. I've already got some ideas for the wooden coaster. I probably will do a test run and just test out some things with the wooden coaster to try and see what I can actually do. Um, but yeah, other than that, I think things are pretty good. I kind of am not liking the fact that this ride is so stinking popular, but I think it just needs some time. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to speed on time while we're decorating. But I think what we'll do is we will put, actually, we need some trash cans at the end of this because, why in the world are you guys, oh, okay, those are new people getting on the ride. Looks like that ride is actually almost completely full, which is a good thing. We're going to put some trash cans right there because that is one ride that is probably going to cause people to lose it. But, yeah, I think I just heard somebody lose it. Hopefully it was in a trash can. But, yeah, once these rides are covered, they'll stay fairly popular because they won't be getting rained on. I'm at a loss as to how to decorate this. So let's just start. And let's go with, I had the trash cans are there, but let's go. What do I want to put in here? What do I have as far as effects go? I didn't realize I actually had that. Oh, there is a water jet. I didn't realize I had some of this stuff already at the beginning. I forgot that I had this stuff. So, we'll do that a little bit later. We'll actually put some water stuff in there. We'll do some splash stuff since it's in the water. But as far as our other rides go, what do I want to do? I guess let's go with some trees. Well, trees are always a good one to start with. Let's go with a birch tree. I want to change the tint of the leaves. Let's go with more of an olive green. And we're gonna put them down. I don't like putting the same kind of tree too close together. Whoops, that's too close to the actual ride. Yeah, we'll put this down here. I know this is sitting right across from sandy beaches, and we probably should go with more of a sand-based theme, but I'm not like that. I'm a renegade. I do what I want. And I'm going to put that in there. And drop you right there. And we'll drop you right there. Line this on the other side. Some other plants. Alright. So... Alright. So, there are the trees basically handled. Let's go for some of these trees. They're a simple tree. They're small, kind of cute. Got round tops to them. Right there. Just kind of, I don't have like a rhyme or a reason to how I do this stuff. I'm not somebody who is a very design-oriented person where everything has to be perfectly lined out. I would get more detailed with city skylines when it comes to designing a city, but with this game, I'm really not all that worried about it being perfect. I just want it to look nice. So the imperfections are going to happen. I'm definitely not the person to watch if you want to have a perfect, perfectly designed park. I tend to just kind of plop things down. Sometimes I'll be very precise with positioning. Like, if we take a look for a second at our cafe, which I actually have to put a few more things on here. I put a clock on there, and I actually made sure that it was centered. I made sure that these were sitting in a decent position next to the trash cans. These are fairly locked in place as well. I didn't just free drop that stuff. However, like other stuff like these bushes and that kind of stuff, I wasn't like too particular about where it was going to snap to the grid. Which is nice about that kind of stuff, because you're never going to have a plant planted exactly where it needs to be in a park. You're never going to have a tree planted exactly where it needs to be planted. You can get them roughly in the same spot, but it's never going to look, you know, perfectly symmetrical and all that kind of stuff. I don't know what else to really put in here. I don't really want to put any of those trees in. I'm gonna put a willow actually over here. I'm gonna put a willow here. I'm gonna put a willow back here as well. Just kind of balance things out just a little bit. And I'll put one back here as well. I don't want, because I got the large plot of land, I don't want to pack everything super close together. If we were doing a small map, everything would be on top of each other, and it would probably look super ugly, and I would have no creativity whatsoever when it came to the rides and that kind of stuff. But yeah, all right, so there's that for the most part. Let's drop some shrubs in. I keep on forgetting you don't click on that. You just have to hover over the little bar and it'll pop back up. Let's go with the plants, and I'm gonna put some shrubs in at the entrances. I'm gonna go this way around. Let's zoom in. Let's put a shrub right there, and we'll put a shrub right there. And let's put another shrub right here, and another one right there. Now, I kind of want to go and check how they're saying, okay, it's medium at this point. The decoration is medium. So I could technically speaking get away with not putting flowers down, and we'd be fine. However, I want to go the extra mile and make it actually look really good. Now, as far as the color goes on these, let's do some pink ones. Let's change it up a little bit. We're gonna do some pink ones along here. Yeah. So let's put some. There's one thing. All right, this color thing has got to get out of the way. Yeah. So we'll go back in here. We'll kind of put some stuff a little bit further away from the path, and then we'll put some more of these. Oh my goodness! Yeah, somebody lost their cookies. And that seems to happen at theme parks a lot. Some people just don't know how to handle the roller coasters. So, interesting fact about myself, so that you guys get to know me a little bit better. I am actually scared of heights. But I really, really, really enjoy roller coasters. I love going to theme parks. I don't know what it is. I think it's because of the fact that I get strapped in and I don't have an option to end up falling out. If it were one of those things where there was no restraints whatsoever, you wouldn't catch me dead on one of those. You'd have to literally kill me in order to put me on it. But with roller coasters, I love them. But I'm super scared of heights. I had a hard time when I went to Chicago in the United States and went to the Sears Tower, I believe it is. Yeah, I think it's the Sears Tower. Whichever one, the tower is super tall there in Chicago. I never can remember the name of it. I know the Empire State Building is in New York City. But, yeah, I had a super hard time with that because just, even though I knew that there was glass on the viewing deck, I still was just so far up that I froze up. And I really did not enjoy it. But, yeah, so that's kind of a fun fact about myself. I am scared of heights. And, yeah, so climbing up to different places is not my thing. I usually don't do it. I don't like... I will climb a tree, but it's going up that's not the problem. It's coming back down, which usually is where I choke and I have a hard time. My family gives me crap because they're like, well, you're going to own a house someday, and if you want to do your own maintenance, you're going to have to get up on the roof. Well, climbing up ladders is just not my cup of tea. Once again, it's not the going up that's the problem. It's the coming back down that usually is where I have my problems. But yeah. So we're going to balance out this side of the roller coaster. And I think that's pretty good for that one. Like I said, these ones are getting decorated differently. I probably eventually will do a little more theming around these, but just to get them likable and people, you know, are a little more immersed in the park. I definitely don't want to leave these completely bare. This can always change. That's the one thing that I love about these kind of games is you can always change this kind of stuff. So if I wanted to do, since this is called Enterprise, which I get why it's called Enterprise, but at the same time, like, chances are we're probably going to change this name. I'm not sure what we'll call it. I'll have to think of something. Yeah, so this, I can change the decoration around this. This is not permanent. This is not, you know, the end decoration. I don't want that to be the end decoration. I want to actually have more of a themed areas in the park. We'll definitely go for like a Western thing. Like we just got, our research team just got done with steam pipes a little while ago, and then also race props. I didn't catch when they were done with steam pipes. Oh, of course, there's a group of vandals. We do need to hire more security guards, so I'm going to do that quick a second. I only have one right now, so he's a little overworked. But let's get some... oh, shoot. Why... That is really interesting that it let me place a bush there. But, yeah, I need to hire... more security guards, and I need to get rid of this bush so that I stop placing bushes in random places. I probably just did, and you guys are probably gonna be like, hey, look, you got a bush in the middle of your path. Yeah, and two, we're gonna need more mechanics. Why is it they vandalized the bathrooms? Like, of all places, really, you gotta vandalize the bathrooms? But yeah, there is a lot of vandalism. That'll get sorted. Let's get some more mechanics too. I only have 2 of them. I've been hiring some people as we've been going. Once again, too, we're gonna probably have to... are you serious, dude? You're just gonna stand there? Like, there's a lot of crap to be fixed. And let's go and place you up here. We're gonna need some more janitors as well, because it is getting to that point where the park has probably got some serious dirty areas in them. But alright, so I think that'll be enough janitors for right now. That's 5 janitors. I only need the 1 hauler for right now. We've got 5 mechanics. We've got 4 security guards. I'm actually going to hire 1 more just for good measure. We're making a decent profit every month for our park, which is good. I will not complain about that. But, alright. So, I'm going to close this because that's getting annoying. Alright, let's get back to decorating a little bit more. We'll decorate this ride, and then I think we're going to call it a day for this episode. Yeah. So, alright, well, what's something else that is fun fact about myself? Well, I guess I can say this, and it's not like people are going to be able to hunt me down, really. But I am from the United States, and I am from the Midwest of the United States, the northern Midwest. Um, so I'm used to cold. I'm used to snowstorms and that kind of stuff. So it usually doesn't phase me all that much. Um, yeah. So that would have been a really cool idea. I just thought of something. Once we get one of these rides, I can't remember what it is. It's similar to this where it drops you. Um, uh, what I want to do is actually create a mountain that you pop out of. Like you pop out of the mountain and then it drops you back into a hole like in the middle of the mountain. I think that would be super cool to do. Um, uh, but all right, sci-fi props are done. All right, so maybe we can actually do some maybe for the wooden roller coaster, we can do a Steamworks base. Maybe for the mini coaster, we could do more of a science fiction base, which would be really cool. And like I said, I probably will do time lapses on creating those rides because, yeah, just doing the actual creation of it and that kind of stuff sometimes takes me a while to get things just in the right place and also find a ride that actually does well. It is exciting enough. It has low enough nausea. Um, it has a high enough intensity that it's going to draw people into the park. Because at this point, we really do want to draw people in, or draw people down here, because we already have enough with this ride drawing people this way through the park. We have enough people getting drawn by these, and man, there's a lot of people that just went in for the carousel and twister. But the next thing that I'll do off camera is I will build the buildings around these two. What do you want to call it? These two rides. Man, my brain just took a crap on me for a second. And I think also, guys, I'm going to call it a episode. I'll decorate around this one too. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, consider subscribing, leave a like, leave a comment, and I will see you guys in the next episode.